What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we're doing the Pokemon Regional Championship question and answer week 1. I think this is only for Virginia, if I remember correctly, right? It's only Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah. VA
Oh,
boys.
Yeah.
Now Cali's
That's
next
regional.
weekend.
That's regional, hands down. Nothing can touch the venue.
All right, so we got 3 people joining us today. If you just introduce yourself real quick.
All right. My name is Russell Lepar. I run the Someone's PC YouTube channel. Originally, it was a partnership with Dylan, but he's gone MIA because engineering's apparently tough. So,
Just a little bit.
yeah. There's not much else to talk about. I kind of suck. I don't have 300 points yet, stuff like that. Yeah. Not going to win this weekend, hands down. There's no way I make day 2.
Alright,
Okay.
I'm Rahul, ready? I enjoy sunsets and long walks on the beach.
No, you don't.
You're right.
You like 7-Eleven walks.
I'm trying to avoid anything that could kill me this weekend, namely Denny's, and if I see you, say what up or something.
What's up, guys? I'm Mike Fouché. I've been playing for a long time. Kind of took a break. Last season was my first year back since like 2008 or 2009. So glad to be playing again.
Alrighty, we're just gonna jump straight into the questions. And I'm not sure who's all played Tyrantrum a lot. I know Russell has. The first question is, I do not think Tyrantrum will have a showing at regionals. Is this a correct assumption?
I mean,
You got it, Russ.
you know what assumptions are? They make an ass out of you and me, right?
30 seconds, we're good.
But Tyrantrum is the only ass you don't want. It's Dino ass, all right? And that deck is pure ass now that Jirachi's out. Because Jirachi was your only win condition against Night March and Flareon. Well, sorry, you have tons of win conditions. The only good win condition was Giratina, right? And now Jirachi just bodies that card. If your opponent's smart enough to play it or dumb enough to play it, because I don't think Jirachi needs to be in every deck, then you're single-handedly like gonna lose the game to this one stupid card that's not even an EX. Along with that, Parallel Cities got printed, and if you're playing Vespiquen, you should be playing at least one. And a couple of other Toadina decks or Toad decks are able to fit one into their variant if they like having hot tech, or like you're going against Manectric, and before it'd be an easy matchup, but if they Parallel Cities and Lysander or Shaman in the same turn and force you to take out a Dragon attacker or valuable resources like Keldeo plus another Bronzong, then they can put you in win conditions like game states where they can have like a follow-up Enhanced Tamer or their own Jirachi and just kind of set you back so far that the whole first 5 turns you sent like creating your setup just completely sucks ass now. So don't play it. Please don't. I mean, I hope you do and do well, but it's probably not going to happen. And yeah, Dino Boys are dead. They're extinct.
Alright.
You sound very sad about that.
It's saddening. I want to play something fun. Looking at Tyrantrum was fun.
Let's play Flygon again.
I'm actually considering it. I have 2 builds.
Do it!
Right.
We're gonna because everyone's playing Tobats, right? Vespiquen's free. That's fine. It's fine. I just need to pin down the Sableye Garbodor, and once I do, we're going in there.
There you go. Alright, let's see. What is the best risky deck choice for week 1? Alright, who wants to go first?
Not Flygon.
I think the best, like, on paper risky deck choice is, like, Durant.
Stop. That's not
No, like, think about it. Like, I think Durant could win games, but you just lose to time. Like, that's your only issue.
Dude, if you can
That's not,
devour
even
for
that's not even a
16...
risk. That's like a that's a death wish. That's not even a risk.
Yo, people
Like,
play
you're pretty
single
much
white cards. Like,
accepting you're not going to make day 2 if you play Durant.
yeah, you just play Durant, like, throw in 2 or 3 silver mirrors, you're golden, dude.
I forgot Silvermare was a card, honestly.
I lost to it at Cities. I was really sad about it.
You just put in your Sableye Garbodor deck and it becomes like an auto winning. It's like Night March Flareon. I mean, not Night March Flareon.
Alright, relax. Save like garbage is just like that's something I don't want to talk about here. It's just like I hate that deck.
What about you, Mike?
Touche, how about you? Yeah. I was gonna say, I
I
was
don't
like,
know. Well, so we're all in agreement that, like, what, you got Yveltal, Toadbats, Vespiquen, then Blastoise. Like, those are, like, really the only 4. Well, and then, I think Sableye is really bad. And then,
what do you think
I don't
is
know,
bad though? No, to expand on that. What do you think is bad?
I think it's really bad mostly because of time. Like, if you lose a game, you can't win the set. It's impossible for you to win the set if you lose a game. So, like, you're going to lose, in all likelihood, you're going to lose at least 2 matches just because of that.
And
and
bad
then-
hands. Yeah, like bad starts. And,
Yeah, exactly. Just like no other deck, like if you lose game 1, you automatically lose the set. But Sableye you do, just because versus any competent opponent, they're not even gonna have to slow play. They just have to not play that fast.
They have to sit there and like explore every option every turn, and you'll be fine.
They'll just play N 4 times and you lost. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
refresh this game.
I think Judge is also. I don't know how big Judge is going to be, but Judge is really good against that deck too. Like a lot better than Ennis.
Judge is super underrated.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even play one in any of my builds. I think I also underrate it, knowing that I underrate it, but don't want to play it just because it's underrated.
I agree with
I
Russ
like
on this one.
all of my Toad decks now run like if they were running 3N, now they run 2N 1 Judge because I
I
think
like that. I like that a lot.
'cause I feel like Sableye is like out versus Toad, for example, is just to use the Trubbish attack to get supporters back, and Judge punishes that so bad. But and in terms of a risky deck, I don't know. Would Mega Manetric be risky? I think that's still a pretty good play.
I don't think
I think it's fine.
I think
Which
they're right.
which Mega Manetric do you like though?
what variant.
Yeah, what do you pair it with?
Gardevoir.
Yeah.
Garbob, you like that? Ugh.
All
All right, it's risky.
That's a risky
That's
play.
risky. That's fine.
There you go.
So you said Durant. You said
You're right.
Sableye.
I'm sticking
You
with
said Mega
Durant.
Manetric. I'd probably say Donphan. I know a bunch of people here in VA were talking about playing Donphan and like how strong I might have been and this and that. I just think last second you're gonna have a bunch of bad players. No offense to bad players. That aren't settled on a deck or aren't settled on something they feel comfortable with to play in a mirror match or against a player of a higher caliber. If they don't know that they're playing against a player of a higher caliber, then they're more than likely gonna not be relevant towards the tournament at all. So they default to playing Toad Bats or Sableye Garb because they think if I punch you and lock you out of the game and play flip coins that have huge variance and hit said variance against said better players, then they'll have a better route. And Donphan takes collateral damage from that mindset of thinking because you're forced to play like 4 Holuchas and all this stupid stuff. But then again, you're playing an evolution deck that relies on Karina as one of its supporters. So you get to like game states where even against the dumbest opponent playing Toad Bats or Toadina or Sableye Garb, you're gonna lose just because you get so hard countered from having awkward starts with Donphan. But if you have a Jolteon plus a Donphan, you blow out Yveltal. If you play against a variant that has Archeops and don't hit Archeops on like turn 1 or 2, and then you yourself play like two Wobbuffets, 2 Floatstones, which I don't see many Donphan decks doing, that means you're playing a Hex Maniac. And the odds of you getting Hex Maniac in your deck without running a Tech Compressor off of your Karina, then I just don't see you getting there even with the Jolteon on deck. But you beat Vespiquen, you beat Night March, and I think your Sableye Garb matchup is decent if you play a Regirock with Barrier, but you have to enter a game state where you have no other Pokemon on your side of the board, meaning you probably want to play 1 or 2 AZ. So, yeah. Donphan's strong, but it's risky. Because Topaz is going to, like...
Topaz
Alright,
was
if I play against a Donphan this weekend, I'm gonna be so sad if I play against a Donphan this weekend. I'll just be completely honest with you. Like that's how my Virginia Regionals died last year. I hit 3 Donphans and 3 ties.
No, VA loves Donphan.
I know, I hate it.
Really, it's adorable. It's a cute little elephant, but its time has passed. We created it. We'll kill it. Just poke it down slowly. Cut off its trunk or whatever they do.
Cut off his trunk. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm actually going to throw, we'll say, Vespiquen Vileplume will be the best risky deck choice. There you go. So.
Alright.
That's a self risk.
That is a self risk.
Yeah.
That's a horrible. That's not even like I'm a risk it for the biscuit. You're risking it for nothing. Like
Nah, bro, it's
I've
gonna,
never
it's
lost to
top
that deck playing Evital.
Go to Top
I've
Cut.
never lost to that deck playing Evital.
I honestly, I don't know.
disagree.
I think
one
I think it can make day 2. I think people suck enough where they don't know how to play against it. Outside of I don't think you can beat a high level player with that deck. Because a high level player will play at least 1 or 2 counters, and then your deck's variance, because you're playing Vileplume, is finally gonna implode upon itself, and you're gonna get that
the streak froze.
that horrible start. Or you lost the coin flip, and then you lost anyway. So you pick one.
Look, it'd be alright.
I
Like
think
I
the
said,
stream
we're talking
froze
about
before.
risky. Alright, let's see.
Okay, fine.
This is a weird question. What successful deck from Week 3 of Fall Regionals will do the worst in Week 1 of Winter Regionals?
So you're asking, out of the decks that did good at Fort Wayne, what will do bad this
At Week
weekend?
1, yeah.
Do we
think we
count
kinda already
Dean's Toad Tina? Because he got DQ'd.
Shut up! You could have said Totina. Why?
Rip. Rip.
Sorry, Dean, I love you, but yeah.
I feel like we already answered it with Tyrantrum. Like Tyrantrum's the only big deck from the fall
It didn't do well.
that's so much worse.
The
It
fall,
did do well.
I think he's particularly talking about Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne in
'Cause
particular.
Oh.
There were
much.
3 Tyrantrum decks in day 2, if I remember correctly, and
I think-
not
I think-
one of them made top 8. Not one of them made top 8.
I think the top 8 had primarily, Night March, Toad... Oh, well, okay, like, Sableye
The top 8 was
I can
it
pull it
was-
up. after we
Evatol.
no, it was Frank winning. It was Matt Price second place with Totina. Third and fourth was
Ross.
another Ross and
Night
another
March.
Totina deck. Night March?
Night March.
No, Ross on Night March, and
Where's
then
Night
another Night March.
No, we had...
The Sableye Garb. It was the Sableye
Yeah,
Garb.
Sableye
Sableye
Garb.
Garb lost
Yeah,
top
okay.
4. And then there was
Top
another
8 was
Ryan-
Ryan with Vespi.
Drew Kate,
Jimmy.
Size Toad,
Right.
Giratina.
Dallin Dockery, I don't know what he played.
Okay. So there you go. Toad Giratina. I think it is hands down the worst of that bunch, outside of Night March. All right. The only reason I think Night March is not going to perform well is because there's a lot of Toad bats going around.
Correct. And
And
there's, stupid things.
yeah,
They're just,
I think
stupid
I think Totina is a lot worse now with the release of Jirachi, but I don't think people are capitalizing on that. I've a lot of people send me messages and say, "Hey, I don't think Jirachi even hurts that deck that bad," or this and that. And you're talking with a very optimal hand where you didn't prize any DDE and you didn't have to discard DDE on turn 1 or 2 off of your Juniper, and then Jirachi removes the second or third one without ever factoring how many Zerosic and Enhanced Hammer they also might play alongside it. So I don't know. I think Totina's hands down the worst. So
I said Night March. Night March and Sableye Garb are the bottom 2 for me.
you don't think Sableye Guard's going to do well?
I don't think it's going to do well for the same reasons that Mike already outlined, purely because of time. And
Yeah.
the moment you
Same.
hit a competent player, you'll go 1-0, 2-0, and you could lose. You could just tie on stupid shit. You could literally go against a bad player who doesn't know what they're doing against the deck and still pull you to a tie because of a bad hand. And then the moment you hit a competent player, it's not cheating, but a lot of top players and top tier players know how to play against the deck purely because of time. You don't get to see a clock, but you know how much time has elapsed. You'll take them to time if you don't have a winning situation.
Okay.
And I think Night March is just purely inferior because of the release of Jirachi, first off, and there's just too much Toad. There's just too much Toad everywhere.
What about you, Mike?
I definitely agree that Sableye Garbodor is going to do the worst. I really don't like the deck at all. So I think it's really bad.
Yeah.
I think it's really bad.
I think out of all the decks, you can draw the poorest with that deck, and
You need-
and not only that, you need to not draw poor immediately on game 1, and you can't prize Life Dew and a couple of other cards unless you're playing the laser build, and then I think laser's not even that useful in my opinion. But
Yeah. There's just so many things that can go wrong, and people are just way more prepared for it. Way more prepared. It
After
won a
stop
lot.
killing.
I think it won a lot because people didn't know how to play against it that well. They
Agreed.
never do.
All right, I'm gonna move on to the next question. It's the Denny's question that we already kind of talked about or
That sucks.
mentioned. Let's say if you had to choose between eating at Denny's at Virginia Regionals or not eating for the whole weekend, what would you choose?
Shit.
Denny's.
I think I need a Denny's.
I need
I'm not gonna let
it.
myself starve. Like, I was one of the few people that got food poisoning 2 years ago, and like, it was a really unfortunate experience for me because I couldn't play day two because I was puking. Um, so like,
What? Don't be a bitch. Get in there. Wow. Dude, I've had food poisoning like 3 times. And you go to like patient first or your local hospital area, and sit you down, you're like, I can't breathe. And then they give you some little pill that like makes it all better. And then boom. And you
yeah,
just
see,
go
I
inside.
didn't do that. I was the idiot that rolled up to day two, like, I puked like twice in the morning. I'll be fine. Sit down for round one. We're like 5 minutes into game one. Judge, I gotta puke. You can't leave the table, sir. So I have to scoop. Yeah,
You got a book bag, puke in there, dude. Come on, man. We in it to win it. This is Wales, baby. Be a man. You never play Day 2 Hangover? Oh, come
Uh,
on, man.
I have. I'm not gonna say I haven't.
When you're running on Red Bull and your eyes are popping out your ears, come on, man.
You're sitting there like
That's
on
your
Adderall and
pass.
Red Bull. You're like, damn, please don't test me for that Adderall shit.
So funny.
You're about to puke whenever you announce an attack. Queen.
sorry, something caught my throat.
No, but seriously, I've never played Day 2 with a hangover. Don't ever. I never do that.
I've done it on no sleep multiple times, but like, I've been like,
No sleep. That's like
Multiple.
standard stuff, bro. That's every day.
Stuff.
Easy.
All right, so let's see. Raul, this question is just for you. If ketchup could talk, what would you ask it?
Why does ketchup taste so good, but tomatoes taste like garbage?
Ooh.
Like, I love tomato. Like, I love ketchup.
That's the dumbest thing. It's texture.
Yo, relax. That's the tomato. not you.
Texture is half the reason you
Fuck.
eat.
Are you a goddamn tomato?
No, I'm just telling you. Like, I don't like tomatoes. As someone who hates tomatoes but loves ketchup, it's texture, man.
All right.
It's all about that texture. You ever go to the Korean barbecue places where they have it like, they make it for you, they prepare it right in front of you, right? And it's delicious. You're like, oh, I can kill this. But there's a couple places who cook it on their own, and they make it a little too crispy, you know? Maybe it's a little too soft, you know?
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Texture, baby. It's all the same shit. It's
I'm getting,
texture.
I've actually
way
never
too
had
deep,
Korean
deep in
barbecue.
this right now.
Dude, I've never had Korean barbecue, but I'm making Carter get me some on Friday.
You've never had Korean barbecue?
Never. I've been meaning to go for a while now.
You're missing out,
Wow. I guess it's okay because the last time I ate curry was when I messaged you and asked you what I should get.
Yo, relax. You're right, though. He did do that.
All right, so let's go to the next Pokemon question. Let's see. Which Evital variant do you believe will see more success week one? Straight Evital or Evital with maxi targets? Go with
I
Mike
don't know which
first.
one.
Max, easy. Russell talked about it in his Six Prize article, but like I don't think it makes any sense not to run Maxi anymore. Like Gallade is so dynamic, you might as well run both. Well, like one Gallade, one Archeops. Yeah.
What would you say to the argument that you take a worse Toad matchup by playing the Maxi's engine?
No, I think Glade's godlike against Toad. I honestly think it's,
I say worth in every way. Like your Toad
no.
matchup gets a little worse. I was like, not even. Just play Zerosig. Chillin'. You in there.
no, I don't think you're talking about like the only argument that I can make for the other variant being is if you cut those cards for Assault Vest, making your Vespiquen / Night March matchup better. Because Assault Vest is really difficult to deal with as a Vespiquen player. But at the same time, like Archeops is also really hard to deal with, unless you built the deck around countering Archeops, which I'm sure at this point multiple players have.
Mhm.
So more players, like I only make that argument because more players are prepared for Archeops over Assault Vest and things like that. But like again, Assault Vest is completely countered by one Zerosig.
You don't play them together? I do. I play Maxis with Assault Vest.
And that's why you don't play it up.
That's my list is dirty. What? All right. But the other argument I have to make is, I think just because theoretically and in terms of everyone else's risk versus reward, it seems a lot more worth it to play Maxis because you have Gallade. I think that decks that don't play it can certainly top and can certainly perform at the same level. However, the only people who will be able to do that are ones of like an extremely high skill rate. So like Frank, you know.
Yeah, like during fall regionals, we didn't see a single like Maxis variant of also make cut purely because there was no Gallade, I think. And just because like the emergence of Vespiquen wasn't as apparently there was Night March and other things in that format at the time that just made running Archeops too slow and like too unwarranted. But now it's like you have Gallade, so even if Archeops doesn't help you in the matchup, you have a Gallade that literally lets you stack your deck legally, and in worst case, you're smacking somebody for a ton of damage, and you got a Manectric counter there, right there too.
I like how you said legally, Rahul. That was good.
Yeah, relax.
Wait,
No shots.
didn't Israel, when Israel won, didn't he run the Maxi?
He did. I believe so.
Okay.
But he messaged me a little bit after and was like, "This shit wasn't worth it."
Yeah, I think in his interview with Squeaky, he said like the Archeops and like they rarely got it out. Like they said like I think Getsis was like the bigger MVP of that weekend.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't play it again. If he would do it again, he wouldn't play the Archeops again for that weekend.
Yeah, because I just remember at Houston where I was like, I got the majority of players that made Day 2 with Yveltal were not playing Archeops.
Okay. I think it's kind of like, wait, shit. I was going to go somewhere. I had a thought. I don't remember. I'll come back to it.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go to the next question. real
I
quick.
guess I'll expand on that. Yeah.
Okay, you go.
Gallade OP, man.
What's up?
No, I'm saying Gallade's OP. Like
Guys,
this-
OP. I agree.
it makes all the difference. Before you had a decision, now it's a mistake if you're not doing it, and that's cool. If you still win without it, good for you. But
Yeah.
I don't think you can out theorem on me when it comes to the applications of having one card in your deck that completely slaughters your deck's considered worst matchup of all time through Manectric. You just backhand them all in the face. Even if they play Flash Energy, they can only draw it so many times, or
You
you can
more than likely
open it
play
so
Zeros.
many games. Yeah. So.
So the next question, just for Raul. It says, "Why aren't you Legend yet?"
Oh, it's a Hearthstone reference, and I don't spend enough time playing Hearthstone. I like the only deck I really enjoy playing is Tempo Mage and or Face Hunter, and I'll get to like rank 5, and I'll be like, alright, I'm good for the month.
If you can get to rank 5, you can get to Legend.
I'm so lazy though. Like I started playing in like August, and like I was working / like first semester of school, and then like during winter break, I was like, cities every weekend. I have no time for anything. Like I don't know. Once this whole like weekends of regionals goes by, maybe I'll sit down and like spend a month. Like I'm gonna get to Legend this month. Let's see what's going on.
Okay. I have nothing. I don't know anything about Hearthstone. Like, it's all a mystery to me.
It's pretty much all just luck.
It's not all luck. Dude, Hearthstone's dope. Hearthstone's awesome.
I sack so many people. It's wonderful. I'll be like, I have one out to win this game. Esports.
All right.
Esports, baby.
I think we already kind of like went over this, but how relevant is Giratina Tyrantrum for the upcoming regionals?
Good God! What is the Dino Boy following? It's done. It's done, children. All right, let it go, baby. I had to stop playing Flagon. I understand. You know what? Prove me wrong. You know what? Fuck it. Prove me wrong. Go out there and win. Do it for the kids.
Do it for the kids.
Oh, just do it for you, Russell.
Yeah, it's dead. I have a couple of ideas. I think all these ideas suck, but hey. I'm gonna explore them one last time. I just don't see you beating Vespi Queen, or any deck that plays a Jirachi. You can body Tobats though. Most of the people in Fort Wayne were playing 3 Heavy Ball and a Cabalin EX or 2 Cabalin EX, and that'll single-handedly win you the game.
Well, the next is a good damn card.
But to take like, I guess I consider like a 70-30 against Toadbats because you still have like the variance of getting Quaking punched out of the game versus a 70-30 on Vespi Queen, Flareon's Night March side, and probably Yveltal that plays at a Jirachi, then you're just going to get bodied both ways. I don't think you can do it anymore. If your opponent plays Paralyzed Cities,
Dinosaurs are extinct for a reason.
they'll come back though. Give them like probably a year.
Couple
Maybe
more
they'll print
cards. Maybe
Yeah,
reset
they'll
with
print like
some stuff.
one more card, they'll ban Toad, I don't know, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Russell's over there hoping.
Let's see, Russell. This question's just for you. You already kind of went over though.
What the fuck?
When will there be new discussion videos on someone's PC?
We're honestly going to do one this weekend with Rahul.
Yo, hell yeah. I'm in.
But my router went bad, and so I couldn't record the video. And I was like, all right, we're gonna wait. I'll do one right after the first week of regionals, and try to prep everybody for week 2. Week 3 would be a tough discussion because it's a whole bunch of lock decks, and People are like, well, why don't you play stuff that beats the lock?
Nothing
All
beats the
right.
lock.
Good luck with the red card. And then, you have to sue yourself to play the lock. I do think Sableye Garb with Time Puzzle is as hype.
That's good.
How do I say it? Yeah, as good as the hype says?
Yeah, it's good as hype.
Okay.
It's going to live up to the hype. That's pretty much it.
Sure.
It's not
It
gonna
still
be
has
Kingdom
issues
Prime.
with time, but when everyone's going to play it, they don't care.
I don't. Yeah, well, we'll get to the week 3 discussion on later questions, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Time.
Canavis says, "LOL, Raul." All right. That's not a question, Mike, but thank you.
Damn it, Mike.
Christian Ortiz says, "What are your favorite cards from the new set?" Anybody? Have y'all looked at the new set yet?
Yeah. Like, I guess, like, does he mean, like, new set is, like, favorite as in, like, art or, like, playability?
It just says, "What are your favorite card? What's your favorite card from the new set?" What does it say overall? You can
Rahul-
base it on art, whatever you want to base it off of.
What's the stupid ass question? What is he going to ask you about? Which one do you think is the cutest?
Yo, I did 4 years of
That's why I'm posting. I'm commenting here so I can know which one. I want to know what you think is the cutest.
Alright.
I really like the new Phantom. It goes like this. You see its arms in the back. It's Ascension. He's waiting to evolve.
I really like the Slowking because, like, it seems really fun to play in any deck just because you can move their energy over and over again. Like, a 3-1 per turn, like, fuck you, it's just so great. Like, you sit there and you just go, alright, eat my dick.
What's it do? I don't know what.
I believe its ability is, like, once per turn you can move an energy on the active to any bench.
Yeah, but it's a coin
Does
flip.
Slowking have to be active?
No.
Does it have to be active?
No, it doesn't.
Oh. Oh! Yo, it's
Wait,
good.
what is it? Coin flip? You said?
Yeah, it's a coin flip.
Idiot.
Oh man, that just got really worse.
Yeah,
An
the
idiot.
thing is though too, there's not really body to move it to unless they put down a hoopa. Like even if you move it to a shaman, they get a sky return. Like who cares?
Yeah, I
That
will
buys me.
poke that energy.
That buys me a turn in the prize exchange though.
That's
that-
true,
all
but
I
you just
need is one
wasted.
turn.
Oh no, you just wasted so much space for Slow King.
What are you gonna do when you're being Slow King delinquent red carded every turn and you're relying on top decking energy?
All right, I hope you
Or
feel tails.
Pokemon made the mistake, because in Yu-Gi-Oh we would have a Jama trio for this shit. So we need to have a card where you can take it and throw it on your opponent's bench.
Yo.
And while on here, it's like it's worth 1 prize or no prizes, but it has like 300 HP, right? So you can just like sander it and then keep stalling them out. That'd be hot.
Well, look,
500 HP Robo substitute.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
if Slow King becomes hype, I think there's a card somewhere that says if your opponent flips his coin, treat it as tails.
Yo,
Oh, it's a
what the hell?
Malamar. It's a Malamar. It's
Yeah,
a
there
Malamar.
you go.
I
There
know.
you go.
Don't talk about it. I'm about to play this weekend. Shh. Don't start mentioning this. Next question.
Wait, what
Because
was
I
the
want
question?
everyone when everyone flips scoop up, I'm just gonna be like, that's right. Mm-hmm. Tails, baby.
Crushing hammer. Fuck you.
I'm gonna hand him a Finnegan coin. Like, go crazy, bitch.
Yo, have a good time, buddy.
They still flip a coin and everything too. They don't even care. Like I'm still gonna flip it. All right.
I'll
What
let him
about,
do it. It's
what about you, Mike? What's your favorite card?
I haven't looked at that many, but there's isn't there? Is it a gold duck that's like energy transfer anything?
Yeah.
yeah, Golden Break.
That's insane. There's never been a card like that. I think that has to be good.
Whoa, it's basic energy, bro. Calm.
Is it?
Yeah, it's basic
I've
energy.
been
Yeah,
pretty-
but still,
Oh.
it's like almost an energy.
I'm trying to break the format for week 3. We got all this down.
Yo, I have Golden Breaks online. I can start testing that.
I think it's good as well. My favorite card is Greninja, not the break, but the actual Greninja. It hits for 50 or 70. I don't remember off the top of my
50.
head.
50.
And it Hex Maniacs the opponent.
Ooh. So it's like wait, it's like Guardies. It's like all the old Guardies.
It's old Psychic Block. And
Yeah.
the best part about it is it starts.
yeah. See,
That's hot.
It
Tails
takes effect
turning.
the moment the attack is used. So it's not like the attack takes place and then like things like the effect goes first and then damage. So what happens is like anything with the stop ability, like the Celebies and stuff, you kill them. They're just dead.
Okay.
So it's better than old Psychic Block.
Rahul, when is this ever going to be relevant towards competitive play?
Relax. Celebi like.
It
could be
negates
a-
Flygon. I understand you, man.
That's right.
I got you.
You just body
It hurts
Flygon. Like,
Flygon
Flygon
going
doesn't
in
do the
his-
damage anymore. Like you sit against Russ and you go Psychic Block and he sits there and he goes, God damn it.
But yeah, everyone's obsessed. Everyone's obsessed with this whole like I can go double water and do 90 with break and da da da.
You don't need all that.
I was like, why don't you make this 100 and whatever HP the Greninja is, and just hex your opponent and consistently throw 6s at him?
Yo, I like threw together like a super like basic list just to test around in standard, me and Graffin, and like we were playing it wrong too. Because first off, we thought the second attack did like attack for 60 and discard an energy to do 20 more.
Good God.
And we were still stomping over bad matchups. Like he was beating Toad Guard, and we're sitting there like, how are you beating it? And we're like, oh, this deck is good.
I agree.
All right. And if you haven't seen my article, number one is So there you go.
Stop.
It's so good. So good.
That's, all right. When it comes to cards being good, I try to think objectively. I saw the new Flygon, my heart sank. Couldn't do it.
Dude, you can heal
And
50
your
every
opponent.
turn, and he has 220 HP.
He heals.
Yeah.
I just remembered I'm gonna one shot it. So I was
Do 220.
I don't read the ability.
What are you
Yeah,
gonna
Russell
do 220
said.
with?
With what?
Yeah, with what? Yeah, exactly.
You mean Fighting Spirit Belt?
Yeah, I'm gonna have like 220 HP.
Super
Oh.
super steroid belt.
That's the best card in the set, actually.
Yeah, that card's
Really?
great.
Whoa, burst balloon's so much better. It bursts.
Is that the
It's a
rock guard
it's a
one?
balloon. Yeah, it's a
It's a
balloon.
one-turn
man.
rock card.
It's a one-turn balloon, man.
Single-handedly counters Night March.
Then you can attach a muscle band next turn. What? This card's crazy, man.
All right.
All right.
Let's go to, the other part of the question is, what do you guys think is a solid choice for week one? I think Mike already, he already said in multiple, like Evital, Blastoise, maybe Night March, all the, standard stuff that we've seen. But anything else have anything else added to it?
No.
I guess I just want to recite my tier list. Tier 1, Vespiquen's first, but it's the hardest to pilot, so you won't see it perform too well unless it's someone who's really, really dedicated to Flareon, like Rahul. But he can also run into matchups where he draws like shit because it's an
And I kill
evolution
myself.
deck, or he just loses to Toadbats because he can punch it out of the game. However, I think the deck that hits that strong for one prize attackers is too crazy to deem not as skillful or not as powerful. You know what I'm saying? Second is Yveltal Archeops, just because the deck, and Maxis, whatever. Just because it's super consistent and it's able to rush, play the long game, beat stupid decks like Sableye Garb if you have Yveltal. Toad can help beat out the Flareon matchup, etc., etc. And it's just all around a solid play. But it has too many EX attackers, which is why I don't put it above Flareon. And then third would be Toadbats. The reason it's not first or second is because it doesn't have the speed or strength to completely close out your opponent's potentially bad hand like the other decks do. So, and then fourth was Sableye Garb, but with time I don't even like playing it. And then fifth I have Blastoise. So,
Yeah. I'd agree with Russ, except I just put Blastoise higher than Sableye Garb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with Rahul. Same thing.
It's just pretty simple stuff. Like Toadbat's the only problem I see against. To put it in perspective, I haven't lost to a single Toadbats playing Vespiquen, even with bad hands, purely because you kill one of their Toads, and if they don't have an answer, they're forced into a position where they have to break the lock to kill something. And when they do that, you just kind of run away with the game. All you need is one turn where they break the lock to thin out your deck to the point that you just kind of have what you need in the deck, and you just kind of win the game.
I don't know. I'm going the opposite end and say I've never lost a Vespiquen player playing Toadbats, so.
All right, speaking money match, let's go.
Because, what do you Quake a Punch if they have a crap hand, then they're just going to lose, I don't know.
Yeah, it comes down to that first turn. If they get... I think if you get 5 Pokemon in the discard on your first turn with Vespiquen, you're at a huge advantage. If you get less than 5, then you're probably going to lose.
If you get the turn one
Yeah,
DC,
if you have a really shitty turn one.
if you get a
if you
DC,
sit there and you
that's
go-
when it's good.
You look at your opening hand and you go, oh man, I don't have a supporter or one of my 19 ways to draw a card in my deck, I lose. But you look at your hand and you go, oh, I have an Ultra Ball or I have one compressor, you pretty much win the game. If you have a DC or a follow-up after that. With that.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you knock out a Vespiquen and they don't have a DC, they kind of just sit there and cry. That's
Yeah,
usually
no,
what happens.
the only situation I foresee myself losing is when I sit there and go opening hand shooter for 3 DC and I'm like, well shit, I lost.
I think you just lose to anything if that's the opening hand.
that's what you get for playing Flareon. Nope.
Fuck out of the house.
No mercy. Take that.
I've been doing it for a year and a half.
So let's see. How much Totina do you think it's going to show this weekend?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. I think it's the front runner, dark horse deck that a lot of players have in the back of their minds, but are afraid to pull the trigger on. And a
Because it
lot of
sucks. Because it sucks.
because you just draw some clunky hands with it and you just have no way to win.
Because
And
it
like
sucks.
and a lot of players just like looking at it like, how many people are gonna play Jirachi? And like the answer is if you're not bad, almost everybody in the decks that Jirachi is supposed to be played in will be played. And like you just have those things where it's like you hit a Jirachi, it buys they just need that one turn of time. They just need one turn of time and almost all those decks can kill it. Like when I'm playing Vespi against Toad Tina, they can set up one Tina more than likely only one at a time unless they hit godlike amounts of hammers to like shut me out of the game. And if they set up one Tina and I kill that one Tina, I effectively win the game because the prize trade is ineffective.
I haven't played much with or against Toadtina, and I don't think it's that good. But then, and I'm not making fun of Dean at this point, but Dean told me during Cities that his Toadtina deck he felt it was the best deck that he's ever played in his life, and so that made my head turn, and I was like, really? Like that doesn't seem that good, and I respect Dean a lot. I think Dean's a really really good player. So the fact that he said that made me go like, huh, I guess I should give this deck a second thought. But I agree, I don't think it's that good.
But
There are better control options. If you want to play Toad Bats.
I think
If you
Toad Bats
want to
is
play Control, play Sableye Garb. If you want to play Giratina because you like dragons, just play Tyrantrum so you can lose with dignity instead of losing with
I agree
dishonor with
Russ.
Toadtina.
You got that big hit.
The question was, how much do you think it's going to show? I think it's actually going to show a lot because it's such an easy deck to build and just to put it together. Like kind of Russ said, like if you're like, oh, I'm just want to play something easy, just Quake a Punch, whatever, flip a coin if heads, I win, kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's easier to pilot than Toad Bats is.
I think it is too.
So I think players will play it, but as simple as it is, there are multiple decisions that you have to take during the game that actually are very complicated with that deck, which I don't like in playing it. So like if I'm playing against it and it's a newer player playing the deck or someone who has very little to no experience playing the deck, they'll make mistakes, and that deck is very punishing towards a mistake that you make. It's not like Toad Bats or like Vespi or any other deck in the format where it's like you make one mistake, you can recover. With Toad Giratina, it's like you make one mistake, the game's over.
Really? I think Toadtina, I could smash my face on the keyboard. And I'm not even playing on the keyboard or on the computer, and I can I can just smash my face and move around some cards. I think Toad Bats is extremely easy to pilot. I think when people say it takes a lot of knowledge and skill to where to put damage and where to flip coins, they need to get backhanded in the face. I think it's very simple. I think that's the way the deck is structured. It's structured to walk you through what to do. Because the turns when you know your opponent doesn't have a DCE is when you Zoroark that Toad and pass, and they don't do anything for a solid 15 seconds. Because they don't have a DCE and they don't know what to do with their life. And you just see like their eyes is like, shit just starts getting or like they'll get mad that you even have Zoroark. It's turn 2. Something stupid like that. And they're like, Quaking Punch. I was like, Zoroark, and then you get those snarky comments. You would have it. Already? Really? You serious? And then they draw and they're just like, I don't even know what to do now. Pass? Like their hands go like this because they're not punching.
Hands go like this.
Because they're so proud to punch. Like, and I'll Quaking Punch for 50. And
You really hate Toad, don't you?
no, I just hate the mindset that it brings to the players.
I do too.
I hope I'm not like that.
I hope you're not. I want to play you one day. And I want it to be Tobaz. I just want to like constantly Jirachi.
No, I think I have more respect for Toad Bats players than I do Toad Tina players. Hands down.
I have a lot of respect for them. I don't think it's the players themselves that are bad. I just think the decks are too strong that sometimes some players can't get away. You know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
some people look at Flygon, some people look at all the other stupid shit that I play and go, I wouldn't touch that. Until Tyrantrum came and they're like, yo, dinosaurs! Wow! Yeah!
Hell yeah.
It's really funny because like I'll play Flygon all day, but I won't touch Tyrantrum. I'm like, no, I'm good, Russell.
Yeah, I won't touch Tyrantrum with a stick. I'll play Flareon until I die, but I won't touch Tyrantrum.
Alright. Another question. Is Bonimar a solid choice?
I don't know what that is, so no.
Yeah,
It's-
I know it is.
It says Bunnelby, Malamar.
I heard Bunny. I'm intrigued.
It's a Bunnelby Malamar is a standard deck for cities that I think like a seniors got top 4 with it. I don't know, it's on Fan Friday, it's a standard deck, don't worry about it. But no, it's not going to be good for
A
expanded.
senior got top 4 with it. Okay.
Congratulations, you didn't win.
Dope. At a
Okay.
city
You didn't win at your 10-person tournament.
with 6 people.
I want a deck that none of my other friends can top with. So there you go. Glade Octi. Oh my!
Get out of
Glade
here.
everyone
Auxiliary
else
was
playing that
sick.
deck. Yeah, it was so good. And then everyone's like, "Can't do it, Russ." So I was like, "Ass."
Yo, Ross, I didn't even believe in you, I'll be honest.
I know no one did. But me, Fred, and Daniel and Chris, we held strong. We got 2 more wins out of that shit.
I saw you, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I was like, what is this garbage?
Alright, let's see. The next question is, we kind of already went over this. Thoughts about Manectric for regionals?
Risky for the
Risky?
biscuit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I personally really like Manectric, but at the same time, it's like, bleh. It's good in the sense that it can win any game, but it's so mediocre in the fact that you're just sitting there, like, one bad hand, or, like, you just don't have the damage output a lot of the time to one-shot the things you need to one-shot.
Yeah. The deck's also super clunky. Like, Mega Manetric's always been clunky, and the more crap you put in there, like, I like Wobbuffet and Garbodor in there, but it makes it even clunkier. I think it has pretty good matchups, though, like, across the board.
I agree.
With 4 Wub and Garbodor, you're at least even with Vespiquen. I think you're still favorable versus Eviltal, even if they have Gallade. I mean, it makes it a lot harder, right? But I mean, you're good versus Toad because you're just Mega Manetric. So in theory, it has a lot of good matchups, but in practicality, it's still pretty clunky.
I wouldn't play it. It has no burst potential. It doesn't offer the same control that other decks can push on you. Free retreat's nice, so there you go. That's what I'm going for you.
Not flashy enough for Russell.
Rough Sea it's not about flashiness. I just like knowing whatever deck I'm piloting. Something about my deck is extremely unfair to the game, right?
Yeah.
And every other deck has that, but Manectric doesn't. Like, you look at Manectric and you're like, okay, I can understand that. 110, that's cool. You get 2 energies. People are like, whoa, that's so broken, man.
Manectric is like so consistently mediocre.
Yeah.
It's not like, whoa!
Yeah, you have to be offering something that's very unfair to the game of Pokemon for me to pilot it. Like Flygon had a Selgor, Dawnfan, there's no VS Seeker, so people play Lysander twice and then you whoop them. And then Toad Bats has Toad and Bats
And laser.
and Scoop Up and Lasers and Verbank and
Fine.
God, AZ gets you 30 damage or 50 because you picked up Golbat? Like, what? This game
Oh,
sucks.
Tina's got Tina.
I think Tina sucks.
Espy's like one prize attack.
Jirachi's here. He's here to claim the throne.
Relax. People are bad, they
Grant
don't
my
play that
wish.
card anymore.
Let's go to the next question. Let's see. What are your opinions on Sableye and its place in the metagame? Fair or broken? Does this inclusion of Puzzle of Time cause it to be good, that it should be banned, or was it just a one-hit wonder at Fort Wayne?
I feel like our opinions for week 1 have been thoroughly expressed about Sableye. For week 3, I think it's bonkers, and I'm very scared of it, to be completely honest. Because Puzzle of Time is actually really scary because you get like infinite life juice, and you just kind of sit there and stall your opponent out of resources, and I just don't think that's fair, and like that shouldn't be a thing. I think
Side note while you're talking.
Yep.
Puzzle of Time is the worst name change I've ever heard in my entire life.
What was the
Yeah, it
other
should be
thing?
Time Puzzle. What the heck?
Time puzzle.
Why?
Puzzle of Time. Why do we need the of? Why flip it around? You know? God.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, it's a stupid deck, and like, as far as week 3 is concerned, I think it'll be a stupid tournament with stupid like decks to just pop up that all just revolve around control. And I think that giving Sableye Time Puzzle is just you're just giving it too much control to the point where you're abusing ace specs in a way that they shouldn't be abused.
Yeah, the cards weren't. I don't know if they were made to interact like that. That's the problem that we're going to start running into with Expanded. Is that card design wasn't necessarily made to have these older cards interact with the new cards. And we've already seen that with Shift Tree, right?
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, I expect to see it ban. If not, some errata.
Yeah. So people might be thinking, well, you guys are bashing it before Time Puzzle. Does Time Puzzle really make that much of a difference? Because we talk about consistency issues, and finishing that and finishing this, like you have compressor once you go into Florida, and Florida in itself is compressor in itself is a consistent engine that you can dump 2 timepieces plus whatever broken card you need for the
Dude, when you get
current position you're in, like a delinquent, so you
No.
can grab your Verbank and then jam in the mouth. You know, it's just, ugh.
when you can compressor away a life dew and then grab it out of the discard pile immediately with that
Third
compressor,
one. Yeah.
that's what's broke.
Something's wrong.
Like that's like
There's something
that's
completely wrong with
stupid.
that picture.
So
And sure, you might be thinking like any deck can abuse that, but it's like Sableye can abuse it every turn.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm playing best speed, let me battle compressor life, do double time, puzzle it back into my hand. I get that for 1 turn.
Yeah.
Or I get
Trevin, save me, Trevin.
Are you
I don't
right?
want to see this crap. I just want to unlock my opponent out of items.
Shout out to trees.
Yeah, Florida's gonna be a complete fight fire with fire.
It's gonna be you want to go first,
Uh-huh.
and you want to trainer lock your opponent. That's pretty much how Florida's gonna go. Or play Groudon and hope for the best.
Regirock, baby. Don't play Groudon. Groudon sucks. Regirock.
I'll have to cut it crap with that. Yeah, what else then? Barrier. Barrier's gonna be fun.
yeah.
Boom.
Let's see. Do you think any of the megas from Breakpoint will find success at regionals? I guess talking about third weekend, I don't know if you would talk
I
about
don't
this.
even know what Megas run that set, so let's just keep moving on.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
they suck. No, it's
They all
it's Gyarados, Scizor, and what else?
that's it. I think.
Oh my God, really? They super suck then. Jeez.
Yeah, they're
I
horrible.
think
They're both horrible.
that's it. Let's see.
Yeah,
Ho
you're right,
doesn't
that's it.
have one.
SPI doesn't have one, Darkrai doesn't have one, Manaphy doesn't have one, so no.
Yeah, it's only those two. They're both really bad too.
They suck.
Like
Darkrai's good though, so look into that. Darkrai's good.
Darkrai is good. The Darkrai
I love
EX.
Darkrai. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that card's good.
It gives Darkhead. Oh, sorry, it has Darkhead. There you go. Darkhead is.
Don't talk about our weekend activities like that.
you're so dumb.
Why is it dark? What? I need to see you.
You're so stupid, bro. All right.
Turn the lights on, baby. All night party. Let's go.
Oh my god. Oh man, that's why you heal 30 because you turn the lights on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, healing. Sure, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Here's a good question. What is I don't? Okay, it's kind of like weird but good. What is a recommended play for a meta that is hard to predict?
Like, are you asking like?
I don't know.
I
if
guess
it's
in
talking
essence,
about
like,
week
what's
1
the
or week.
safest all-around play? I guess for week 1, I'd assume.
The answer is Yveltal. So moving on.
Yeah, answers you all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just
Yeah.
like in general, if you don't know what the meta is, you just play the best deck. Like,
Which is in this case with the best matchups across the board. You all.
is Yveltal. Right.
All right. So the next question is Night March a broken deck or is it balanced?
In what format?
I mean, I guess it's talking about regionals. It's a regionals question answer. So
Oh.
I guess regionals week 1.
Nope.
No,
Not
it's
broken.
I don't even think it's
Whoa.
broken. It's not broken in standard either.
Yeah, it has obvious.
Are you
counters.
guys serious? I think the deck's completely broken. I just think it has enough counters from Seismitoad being even more broken than like what's
I
presented
guess
to
what
it.
what makes it deck broken is that like you just can like crap on everything.
I don't know. I don't believe in a game where I should fear my Pokemon EX's life on turn 2. That's just like I don't believe that should be a case when it comes to this like how we should be playing Pokemon. You
Alright,
see what I'm saying?
Well,
Does that
Mega
make
Rayquaza
sense?
broken then?
It's fragile.
Yeah. No. I think Mega Rayquaza was super broken. Like the concept of it is extremely unbalanced, but we've had enough cards to regulate it where it's now like a toss up. You know what I'm saying? Like if we had a format without Night March, what would probably dominate standard is a bunch of Mewtwo decks or like a bunch of other big decks that take 2 to 3 turns to like to get their setup going and get their engine online, and then we have like a cool format of Pokemon. But then if you took that format and threw Night March into it, it would slaughter everything
You're right.
in its sight, you know? Because while you're playing Toad, when I'm playing Mewtwo, I'm gonna body you. And just like constantly heal or just one-shot you. And that's why I think there's like a little disconnect. However, in Expanded, we've had so much crap and bats are super strong that it's not as powerful as it could be. But it in itself, the deck is inherently broken
The concept of the deck.
just
yeah.
because the concept of the deck is very crazy. And paired with Compressor, I think Compressor is the problem, and Night March is just cool, right?
Yeah.
But since we're going to talk about Night March specifically, I don't want to say that, like, you know, has like Compressor with everything. Because Compressor is the only reason that Rahul might even win a game this weekend. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's like, you're not gonna do that without it, so.
Yeah, no. I think Night March is 100% the king of standard right now, and I think that with the inclusion of time puzzle, it gets even more better, broken, whatever you want to say. I think the time puzzle is ridiculous in that deck. I don't know how it'll fare at regionals purely because there's just so many cards and so many counters to it, like the innate. Oh, I'm going to open Joltik, Laser Bank, I lose, or I'm going to get toted and I draw into crap, and like it's just that there's so many cards in expanded that Night March has to add. Plus, there's so many cards in expanded that do counter Night March that its viability is like it has to account for so many other decks that it becomes clunky, and you're sitting there like one Jirachi could set you back multiple turns, and like, or you're sitting there like, oh, I need to deal with Vespa Queen, I need to deal with Mega Pokemon, I need to deal with this, that. You have to like include Archeops at that point. You have to include like stupid cards that you don't want to be including to make your matchups better across the board. Which is why I think that as broken as it is in concept, it isn't broken when it comes to execution.
That's fair.
So, the next question, I know it's kind of like a weird question. I'll keep talking about Jirachi, and it's kind of like an answer to this question. What do you think is the best tech choice you'll see at regionals?
Assault Vest.
Ooh. Yeah, I was thinking Jirachi because we keep talking about it.
Yeah, but I think enough people will like recognize Jirachi, and I think there's a lot of players that are playing casually, don't watch your videos, don't watch my videos, don't read any articles, and they themselves are going to get blown away by the concept of Assault Vest because that shit's not talked about on Burbank.
Not.
Right?
I said Rock Guard.
What the?
No, I think like Rock Guard.
Already put that on the map, baby. It's been there.
I know. I think like
There's
people
since
still,
last year.
people still underrate Rock Guard. It surprises me to what extent.
Yeah.
So I'd have to give it to either Rock Guard or Parallel City.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. I was either going to say Parallel City or even Silent Lab. I think people underrate Silent Lab a lot.
Mhm.
I think Silent Lab's a very, very, very strong card in multiple decks.
That's how I decked out a Blastoise player.
I would also go back to Mike's mentioning of Judge. I think a lot of people aren't expecting that to come.
Yeah. I like
Yeah, I know if someone played against me, my jaw would drop.
I'd sit there
Unless
and
my
go,
hands suck, then I'll party with him. You know, high five him.
Be like,
I'd be like, all right.
Thanks,
Like,
Judge.
I'd just get up and walk away and be like, all right, let's go to game 2.
On a side note, thinking about high fiving judges, I did that to one of the judges in Philly last year. I was playing against McClure in the very last round. The winner of us made top 16 because there's no way either of us was going to make top 8. And I look at my opening hand, and McClure goes, "I opened really badly." And I was like, "Whew!" If I draw Scott off the top of my deck, I'm about to whoop your ass. I draw and flip it over, and it's a Skyla. And I stand up out of my chair. I'm like, and then a judge walks by. I high five him, and then sit back down in my seat. And McClure's like, "What the heck?" So I use it to go get a beach. Then I play level ball,
What the hell?
and then beach, and I sit with like candy Flygon with another rare candy in my hand. It's like, oh, this is so juicy.
There was one time where I think it was like the first standard tournament of this year, and we're going through like no one owns judges at this point. We're like, all right, like because everyone's bulked it, and we're like, okay, we're going through all of like Grafton's old cards trying to find judges. I find one, I'm like, oh dude, I got a Rev Judge too. Put it in my deck. I show up to the tournament. It's in Italian.
Yeah. Game loss? Game loss?
No, I didn't turn in my deck list at that point, so I bought a judge off some kid for $4. And I'm sitting there going, but I played the Italian one with the English one as a reference the whole day.
Nice.
So like every time I play judge, I'd be like arbitro, and everyone's like, "What the hell does that mean?" I'm like, "Yo, judge."
Alright. So this is an interesting question. Landy Bats versus Sableye Garbodor. I think just Sableye Garbodor just beats it, kind of, but you can like super scoop up a Landy to get the head ringers off it.
I think Landy should win.
If you play Regirock, you are going to backhand that deck in the mouth.
At this point, I don't think you don't.
You're gonna come across the table and kick your opponent in their little chest, because they're playing Sableye Garb, so you know they're not about that life. All right, and so you just gotta play a whole bunch of bats on board and get a Regirock, and the game's ending.
True.
No, you can't even put a bat down.
No, you can't. It has free retreat.
No, now they get Garb out, bra, you lose.
Free retreat, right?
No
Garb.
Garb, dude.
Garbodor
Garb?
gives
Garbodor.
Garbodor shuts down free flight. Zubat has a
No,
one
but
or
you
two
just
cost.
evolved to Golbat.
You just evolved to a Golbat. I don't understand what this conversation is.
Oh, but then like they can team up or secret base you and get it stuck in the active.
So what the hell? This is going way too deep for my liking.
This is so deep. So
Like,
deep.
If like one team up with secret base, if anything.
Like y'all don't know. I had to worry about this stuff because it was big in St. Louis. Like I had to figure out ways how to beat this deck.
Don't we play Silent Lab in 2 fighting stadiums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna win
That
the.
plays like the most stadiums of any deck.
Yeah, you're gonna win the war, man.
Look, guys. Look.
We're gonna give them the USA, baby. Come on.
Nobody plays Landy Bats. Let's just move on. Like, nobody plays Landy Bats.
Yeah, if anybody
I mean, I don't
plays,
think
like
Landy
Landy
Bats
Bats
would be
is
that
a
big,
horrible
first of all.
choice.
Really,
I played
challenge?
against Landy Bats at, like,
I'll play Landy Bats this weekend. What's up?
I played against the Landy Bats
We
at
trying to
the
bet? We trying to bet on day 2?
and I was like, he whips out like, yo, I'm playing against Landy Bats. He just goes Eco Arm after I've gotten into 3 focus sessions. I'm just sitting there like, yo, what the hell? And then he goes, I do like 10 damage, and he goes like, attach the focus sash center lady. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
You know
there go.
how you win with Landy Bats this weekend, man? You assault vest the Halucha. Sit down. The game ends. You talk to your opponent. You ask them about their day because their day's about to get bad. You know.
Unless it's me, I'm having a good day.
No, if you have a Halucha, you assault vest and strong energy. You look at them like, yep. Yep. And then they hit it, and
Dead, kid.
then you scoop it up. Oh.
I like it. I like that train of thought there.
All right.
Landy Bats does beat Vespiquen really bad, though. That's like the only thing it does beat.
Yeah, so don't take Rahul's opinion in this
Facts.
conversation
I
at all.
beat it.
This text.
I'm the exception to the rule.
I mean, you could beat anything. I beat Xander using Toad Bats, and he was playing Sceptile.
You know, a lot of
Like, you can't really cause like a one game.
I don't even know how that happens, but okay.
no, but in general, Landy Bats should beat Vespiquen. Like it should be a one-sided
The question
matchup.
is, can it beat Sabak Arbiter? So the answer is yes.
So who cares about Table?
Yes, but
I mean, I think it can. You just get one Landorus EX.
I'm gonna tell you.
Make sure you get a band on it before they ringer, and
If you play it smart, you literally only need a Landorus, and that's all you need in that matchup. Like you
Yeah.
can't.
play a Reggie Rock, you gonna be alright.
No, whatever. If there's a red rock in your deck, you
More
shoot
better.
open Reggie, you win.
Yeah,
Game's
you play
over.
Ridge Rock in your deck, you're solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
but even like
and in the conversation we had about the Team Aqua's base, you can use Reggie Rock's first attack, grab back some fighting stadiums. Throw them. Give me that gold bat.
Where you say,
Hey.
Mike?
and well, even if they do like Megaphone, your band away and then ringer it, you play 4 Scoop Up and AZ, so like you should never get a Landorus like stuck. I think it's probably a good matchup.
it should be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the question is Dragon Shields or Ultra Pros, but we'll go, what is your favorite sleeves?
Ultra Guard, Ultimate Guard, mats. I found them in a store in North Carolina. I don't remember the store name, but they were pretty nice people. And they had 60 sleeves to a pack, or 50 or 60 sleeves to a pack. And I use them now, and every time I open up a new case of them, I won a cities. So, let's go. They're dirty.
Results speak for themselves.
Dragon Seals feel weird. They don't feel weird on my skin. I don't like it.
I've never used Dragon Fields before. I've only used Ultra Pros and the Pokemon sleeves. That's it.
Squeaky, what is that?
The Dragon Shields.
Oh,
I use the
stop.
exact same ones as Swiggy.
They're too smooth, man. They're too smooth.
Yo, if you've seen my Dragon Shields, like after one tournament, they are destroyed. I've at this point, like I have used maybe over like 800 Dragon Shields over the course of this season.
Well,
They need to be coursed. I need to feel the roughness.
I'm so rude with my
Your deck's
sleeve.
gotta talk to you. It can't be
the
smooth.
funny thing was, I was at a tournament, and the judge goes, alright, all your sleeves are, like, your sleeves are really bad, but since they're all really, really bad, they're okay to play because there's no way they can be marked. I'm like, cool, yeah.
I like that.
Alright, that brings up something on my deck. I'll be right back. Let me get mine.
Little do they know that you know that the A spec is in the one with the 3 marks, not the one with the 8 marks.
Man, if you ever saw me at Pokemon, I can't even, like, remember what cards are in my deck, so, like, we're good. Like, there's no way.
It's okay. Most of the cheaters in VA can do that. They can remember everything in their deck. We got bent cards for days.
Dude, I have banned cards for days.
Yeah.
I just run my cards.
Oh, I think Dean got a game loss every single top 8 that he went into in the cities tournament. Not to call out Dean again, but I'm gonna call out Dean because it's funny.
No, Dean destroys cards, dude. I lent him a card once and I got it back and like there was like these white marks and crap on the back and I was like, oh my god, Dean.
I think 90% of the time it wasn't even the sleeves. I think it was the card writing, and it wasn't even like, oh, he was cheating kind of thing. This man's just a dumbass. He wrote down 6 trainers mail or 8 trainers mail, in one tournament. It's because he went trainers mail, then he did another line and wrote 4 more trainers mail, and then they came out like Dean,
yeah.
you have 4 trainers mail in your deck, and he goes, all right. So they I think he only had 3 trainers mail at the time, so he had to. They gave him another trainer's mail. They gave him 4 energies, and then gave him a game loss, get bodied. So.
Alright, so let's see. The next question is, do you think Anti-Charizard appear and expanded, or do you think it's more of a good standard deck?
Yo, Toad's a card. Like,
Yeah.
Toad's a card, that's my only answer here.
Yeah.
Double assault vest. Let's go, baby.
Laser bang.
Seriously. I know. Don't play that deck. It's a standard deck.
It is a very standard deck. It's the most standard deck.
It's too standard. You get into that concept, like I just said with Manectric. You don't have anything that's unfair. So
Alright.
having 2 items isn't exactly unfair in expansion.
Yeah. I mean, Toad, Laser, and then Crobat, like Golbat and Crobat, just like, yeah.
You kill one entity, it's like, well, the game's over pretty much.
Be revenge. Oh no, regular revenge. Oh god. It's
Every
not
revenge.
stopping. It's not stopping. Charizard, kill it. Be revenge.
I'm
Alright,
gonna say those words a lot this weekend.
let's see. Do you think Aromatisse decks will be good in standard format with the Max Potion reprint?
Yeah. I can see a lot of like toolbox variants with the Aromatisse coming back. Just because like there's a lot of cards in standard. And like I think anything can be good in standard. Because nothing is like amazing. But like I think it has definite merit. Like the standout deck that I can immediately think of is like Giratina Aromatisse. Like Gira Fairies is just really good. Because like if they Jirachi you for one turn, you're like, okay, you shut down my Giratina, but I have Xerneas to attack with, as well as like Florges and other things. So you have multiple attackers and you can build like toolbox as well. Like there's different things.
I agree. It's completely unfair. They shouldn't have reprinted Max Potion. It was one of the dumbest decisions of my life, or their lives.
I was like,
Your
I just have to live in it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, since playing it in Flygon, I know how broken it is. Shout out to Flygon. I don't know. They just shouldn't have They shouldn't have printed the card. I believe that we should earn our 2 shots in standard format. We've already have enough problems with 1-shots through Night March, and we've already had enough problems trying to 1-shot these said Pokemon because of Fighting Spirit Belt. So when you have a 210 HP Giratina that you can Max Potion and move away all their DDEs, I'm just gonna Jirachi the shit out of you. And hopefully that's enough to beat this deck. They also printed Garbodor so that way people could stop thinking. So
Back to
you know,
back.
maybe that'll regulate your deck in any way. But if you're playing Aromatisse, you should be playing your own Seismitoad, so you can regulate their Garbodor by punching before they get a Floatstone online. But yeah, I think Fairies are gonna come back strong. I think Florges still sucks, and Guardy is a deck for Dean and not for anyone else. So there you go.
By you, Mike. Same thing.
I haven't really thought too much about it, but yeah, I agree that, especially what Russell said, like printing Max Potion, it punishes 2-hit knockouts so bad, or punishes not having a 1-hit knockout really bad. And so Fairies is going to be strong. That combo is very strong.
Okay. This next question is a 2-part. The first one's already been pretty much established. Is Vesqueen Flareon still a strong deck choice for upcoming regionals? Of course it is. But what kind of matchup does it have against, say, like Garbodor? That's the big question.
I'm gonna get bent over and reamed in the ass.
Rahul is, yeah, because he doesn't play it correctly. Let me tell you how to play this thing.
It can be a win. You play it the same way you play Duran. It's difficult, but at the same time, it's not. Like, it is difficult, but you just need to draw enough cards where you set yourself in a position to win one game, which is all you need to do in that matchup. You just need to win one of the games.
Yeah. Every DCE is a knockout. If it's not, you're gonna lose. Every Blacksmith is a follow-up knockout or follow-up VS Seeker to put yourself in a position That way you don't lose to a Lysander and they're going to stall at the other Pokemon. If you open up your Audino, you need to AZ it back in the deck. If you prize AZ, you scoop your game and you go to the next one. Because Audino is going to single-handedly lose you the game if you open it.
Yep.
If you're not playing Audino, then cool, good for you, good luck.
But what about if they play Silvermare and they get that out? How much does that change the matchup?
Use Vespi.
You just attack with one Vespi purely because it's got pretty.
I try to think of it as like you're playing a reactionary situation.
Right.
Sky Return is very, very strong against their deck. So if you put yourself in a position where you're able to use Sky Return against Sableye, you're going to be fine. If you're one of the crazy people who play Band instead of Bangle like I do,
Great time.
then you're going to have a really juicy time. It isn't a walk in the park by any means.
No, it's not.
I give it like a solid 50-50 depending on how the opening starts go. What do you think? Do you like taking the unknown, like the compressor craziness beginning, or do you like going turn by turn, trading against them? Yeah, I like the turn by turn thing too.
Like I play it very similar to just I'm gonna sit there with one Combi and one Eevee, and I'm gonna evolve into things when I need to evolve into them. And I'm just gonna kind of sit here, and we're gonna take our sweet time. I'm gonna draw into my resources, and you're gonna have one life due on your board. If you prize your life due, you've lost this game. First off, sir.
That's definitely true.
Use
I'm gonna take my time.
use your compressor to
I'm gonna get my
through
win
deck.
condition on the board, and I'm gonna win the game in my hand. And once I win game one, I'm gonna take my sweet time game two.
But you agree with if you open Audino, you scoop the game and go slaughter them and get that tie.
If you have your AZ in the deck, no. If your AZ's prize, you lose.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, in your opening hand when you get a compressor, you're gonna compressor for only one card, hopefully. You know?
It depends. Depends on what I want to see. Like I'll probably get the egg out of my deck more than likely.
Yeah, depending on the situation. So
I'll probably get the full three, but I'll look through my deck, and if I see that my win conditions multiple, like if I see 2 or 3 DC are prized and multiple win conditions are prized, I wait to see first off what they have, and if like I have too many win conditions prized, we go for the tie. We play for the tie. Like I played against it at Houston, and I took a very convincing game one. He took I didn't have my win conditions in the deck, so I lost game two, and game three just went to the tie.
All right, so let's go to the next question. Do you like Vespiquen Vileplume?
Yes. or no?
So I don't know if you guys know Sebastian Crema. He was Grandma Joner. He was like one of my boys back in the day, and he was really good. And he just got to start getting back into the game like a couple weeks ago, and that's all he's been playing. So he's been trying to like hype me on Vileplume Vespiquen so hard. He thinks it's great, and I played him with Vespiquen Flareon. I went like 50-50 the games where he went first. He won the games when I won. And then I played him with Evoltal, and I beat him 5 times in a row. Like it wasn't even close. It just seemed like Dark has so many outs against it. Just I don't know. Even when he got the turn 1 Vileplume going first against Dark, he lost.
how do you beat Jirachi?
You don't attach for 1 turn.
And then I retreat Jirachi.
But then the thing with Jirachi is the theory is you don't have enough energies. Like you have to like draw into the energies, and you can't play like trainer cards that draw into them to get your supporter cards. And then they don't have the energies.
Yeah,
It's a deck that I don't like purely because I like it. I like it when I'm playing it because it's really fun to play. But like, it's so risky. It's like you're betting everything on 1 turn, and then it's like you miss one piece of the puzzle, and it's like everything collapses.
Yeah. You also have to play it perfectly. Like you can discard one wrong thing, and you just lose the game because of it. It's very, very, very punishing.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the deck. That's what I'm definitely one of my top contenders for regionals. So, Raul, have you ever played Night March over Vespiquen at a tournament?
Yeah, standard. I played the first weekend of standard in cities because our cities were flip flop from we went standard expanded weekend to weekend, which was really stupid in my opinion. But the first day of cities in standard, I ended up playing a Vespiquen Zora Bronzong variant, just something I wanted to try out. I didn't like it. The next day, I just felt the Night March was more powerful overall over Vespiquen, In Standard, I would play Night March over Vesper Queen any given day. In Expanded, I would not.
I think that makes sense.
Let's see. Mike, do you know the Spencer Nolly person?
Yeah. Spencer's my boy.
Okay, he said, why is Mike so based?
I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean?
Stupid, dude.
I don't know. I thought you knew what it meant. That's why I thought he said it.
You don't
I
know
don't know
about
that.
the Young Base God?
I don't
Let's
know,
look up the
man.
Urban Dictionary definition for based. All
Oh
right.
yeah, on that note, Spencer is trying to hold a Melee tournament on Sunday or day 2 of Virginia Regionals.
Ooh,
So if you can bring a setup or want to come and play, please feel free to come by. I'll give you that swift whooping with the Fox. So yeah.
if you don't know who Spencer is, he'll probably be with me, so you can look out for my
Those are super chill, yeah. Great guy.
Yeah.
face.
Special
All right.
show.
The definition of based is when you don't care what people think. It's a way of life of doing what you
Ooh.
want, how you want it, and wearing what you want.
Okay. I mean,
Jesus.
so okay. Then, so I think out of the three of us, Russell's probably the most based. Then Russell don't give a fuck, dude.
No, I care, man. I just care about myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm on that same wavelength.
Stupid.
Alright, let's see. The next question is top 3 decks going into regionals week 1. We already been over that. Let's see. Will Fighting for Your Belt make Mega Pokemon redundant when playing in big, basic Pokemon EX decks like Sizetoad Giratina?
That's a nice question.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
I say no. I
I
say
don't think it makes
if-
it redundant.
Yeah, I don't think the HP or what else would I say? Yeah, I think Mega Pokemon. Which ones do we use now, anyways? Mewtwo, Manectric, and Rayquaza.
Yeah, those are the big three right now. I think that in Standard we can see Gyarados and Scizor see play.
Okay.
No.
Really?
No way.
All right, relax. We don't know what's gonna happen yet.
Dude, there's no...
Gyar-
You're going to see
Gyarados is
Scizor
good,
played,
dude.
but you're not going to see Mega Scizor.
Me-
I promise.
Mega Sceptile has been played. Mega Sceptile I think is still a very strong deck in Standard. And I don't think that Fighting for Your Belt, like, you don't play the belt for the HP on any of the Mega Pokemon. You play the Mega Pokemon for their specific, like, the qualities they bring, not their HP. Like, they're already, like, unkillable. You don't need to give them 40 more HP.
You can't
If you play
attach
Mega
the-
Sceptile,
you can't
smack
attach the
yourself in the
Megas.
face, because there is Entei running around with Fighting Spirit Belt, and you're gonna get like completely blasted.
So relax. Green Ninjas, boys.
Yeah, Greninja's gonna be hot, fire.
So hot.
But guys, make sure, don't listen wrong. You can't attach Fighting for Your Belts to Megas.
You
Right.
can't? Oh, right. It's only basics. Yeah.
No,
I
no,
didn't
no,
know
no, no.
that.
Can you attach it but get no effect, or you just can't attach it in general?
You get no effect.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
sorry.
basically, if I like
So
attack
proud.
No, no, no.
Mega
Because
Sceptile-
some of my opponents I played against them, and they were playing Octigalade, and then I attached a Focus Sash to my Jirachi, and they're like, "Well, you can do that," and I was like, "What do you think happens?"
Yeah, it's always the same thing. When I used to like G booster onto Verizians, like you can't attach a G booster to Verizian. I'm like, yeah, I can. I just can't attack with it. Can't use G booster. Like you're not about to hit
Exactly.
my Verizian turn 1.
Hell yeah.
Then you get that adorable response where people are like, "That's a sweet play." It's like, not really.
It's
That
common
was-
sense, boys.
that's
I just
so
know
basic.
the rules.
I understand how to play this game and the win conditions.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, nice play, man. I was like, yes, my hand sucks and I want to draw more cards. This is amazing play. Watch this.
All right. Let's see. Question number 2: how much stronger will Sizetoad be, especially Sizetoad Giratina, with the new inclusion of Fighting for Your Belt in Puzzle Time and
Good
Standard?
God.
I'm scared. So scared. Those things
I'm
are already
not.
pretty killed.
I'm not. I'm going to punish them with Jirachi. They didn't get anything else that stops Jirachi in Standard. Same stuff as in Expanded.
They got time puzzle. They get their
Nah,
things back.
me tell you how you're gonna be Jirachi here, kids.
But
You're
that's
gonna
but that
play-
stops,
No,
doesn't
hold
it?
on, hold on, Russell. Hold on, me tell him real quick. He's gonna play his Jirachi, and I'm gonna max elixir 2 times to my my Sizetoad, and then I'm gonna Quake and punch you, and then look at you. Well, you.
Then I'm going to
kids.
retreat Jirachi and then beat you with whatever Pokemon I feel like pairing with Jirachi in this deck. Which could be my own Seismitoad Giratina. Like, who knows?
Yo, what the? Y'all some dirty shit.
No, the whole point is Jirachi is able to be splashable, and in my opinion, it should be cookie cutter that you have one or two in your list.
Right.
The way everyone's hyping up fairies and this garbage and that garbage, I'm probably gonna end up playing two in all my decks. I'm probably still gonna play Gallade because there's a lot of simple ways to beat this garbage. So yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do for standard, but we'll figure it out later. I got that.
Timepiece is cool though. That's a good card.
I like it.
I mean, it's horribly imbalanced. It shouldn't have been printed, but yeah, it's cool. You know, it's,
It's gonna be broken.
like
when
I'll
you puzzle
enjoy
time.
playing it.
It's so much better than Pokejar was. Like, I think it's a lot better than Pokejar was.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, a lot better.
I miss those cookies.
Just watch out. Somebody's gonna play 8 Crushing Hammers against you.
I'm gonna kill myself.
It's standard, and you're gonna cry.
And then I'm gonna use my own time puzzle pieces to grab them back. Oh,
I think Bunnelby could be really interesting with that time puzzle card. I haven't thought about that.
Ooh.
can we not?
Yo, Celebi, boy.
Spicy! Spicy!
Yo, Russ, now Celebi's relevant, huh?
Can we not do all this madness, please? I just want to deck people out. Is it that hard?
Alright, so here's a question for y'all. In your opinion, which is better in Best Queen Flareon, Life Dew or Computer Searched?
Ooh, I got a strong opinion on this. I'm curious to hear
Me
yours.
too. We'll let Russ go first then.
Okay, I'll go first. All right. If you are good at this game, you play Life Dew. Okay? If you're a player that doesn't have much experience playing Flareon and Vespi Queen, and you don't know how to thin your deck properly, you don't know when to attach DCE, you do it turn 1 to your Combi because you suck and want to get enhanced hammered. Like, this is the kind of people I'm talking to. If this is you, you can go and play Computer Search because it's not going to make a difference. You're still going to lose. Stop playing Vespi. But go ahead, Mike. I assume you're going to go Computer Search.
Dude, Computer Search is it's so good. Okay, so here's my thing about Life Dew. Like, you're already forcing them to draw like 6, maybe 5 prizes if they're 5 prizes if they kill one shaman. But like Life Dew, half the time you don't even have enough attackers to make them take 7 prizes. So
Okay. No, it's like I've had situations where it's like that one Life Dude Pokemon is like I go Life Dude like 100% of the time Life Dude here. I just simply think it's outright better. It puts your opponent in weird situations. Like a lot of players, they will more than likely attempt to play around your Life Dude. You're putting them in a situation where you're adding board pressure that they. It could be empty board, but it could be like an empty threat. It could be a bluff. Like you don't have anything else to back it up. But like players do feel like pressured under things like that because you're sitting there with like a Life Dude Vespa Queen, and they're sitting there with 5 prizes left, and they're like, how do we take the remaining 3? And I'm like, got 2 Combies and like 2 EVs on my bench. Sure, I might not have the energy or anything else to back it up, but like you're giving them a threat that I honestly think is kind of scary for them to deal with. And like, it's like I've never felt the need for a computer search. Like I think an Ultra Ball is the only like computer search basically I need because like most of the time with computer search, I either grab a DC or I'm gonna grab a Shaman.
That's fair. That's fair too.
Um,
Do you run teammates?
I do not.
He sucks. Yeah, I know. Look at that.
I really don't like
teammates.
teammates.
Was really wow, you suck, dude. Like,
It's a personal thing. Like a lot of people do run teammates. I just don't.
that's the thing. We had this discussion before we ever started the Skype call. We were talking on Skype beforehand for like 30 minutes, and we were talking about difference in our builds. And he's like, "Yeah, I said I love teammates because you can grab a Jirachi plus a basic fire and go win on somebody." He's like, "Oh, I don't play that." All right, Rahul's not gonna win this weekend. He's not. It's
No,
not
relax. Like, I don't need teammates. By the end of turn 2-3, I'll have my deck to the exact cards I want in there. Like it's not like theory. It's like it happens like 85% of the games. Like I'll have whatever
sure,
cards.
baby. No, whatever you want, man. You want to play teammates? No teammates. No computer search. That's
Game
fine.
3, I got teammates. For next game 4, I don't.
I did go with Mike though. I make it split. I like computer search
Right.
player on Best Queen. I just like consistency more. If I'm scared, I have a crap turn hand, and I don't have I just have a Life Dew, and I don't have a computer search, and I have get a supporter card out of it. I'd rather just computer search instead of just.
You're playing 4 compressor, 4 unknown.
Look, man, I know,
4
but
VS
still,
Seeker,
like stuff
4
happens.
this. You have 8 revenge attackers. The consistency is like here, there, at your mom's house, chilling with your aunt. You know,
Yo, you can also do like cheeky plays. Like
it's all over the place.
you get some energy on an Audio, you attack with a Life. What are they gonna do?
How many times have I watched my opponent go, I don't know what to discard, it's so hard, when they're using computer search? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just...
Yeah, I think
They're
computer search
they're
puts you
doing
in more awkward situations than you want to be in.
No,
You play execute though, right?
I think
Yeah, of
computer
course.
search gives you that weird feeling, right? Where you feel like you're on top of the world, and it makes people overextend and do too much with their hand,
I agree.
right? And like these are the kind of hands where you're like, yeah, da da da, and then I'll computer search just for this card, and the card's like a Keldeo or something because they already have Juniper in their hand. And so, was it really consistency, or was it just the overrated Ultra Ball?
I agree.
You know, like what does it do with this?
Yeah, when it comes to
Russell always thought computer search was overrated though.
I like computer search in most decks, and that's what
This
I
is
don't.
super overrated. Thousand Machine or die, baby. Let's
Just
go.
because like you're sitting there and you're like
5, Alessandre.
like the point where you get to good slash like Vespa Queen, I agree, is it's simple on paper to pilot, but then when you get to like the intricacies, it's actually pretty hard. I'm not saying it's like an impossible deck to pilot. Like a lot of people will play it at the top caliber level, and I think it's one of the best decks.
No, they won't. Rahul, stop giving the people the benefit of the doubt. That's because
Alright.
it's a very hard deck to pilot when you don't draw God. When your deck doesn't literally look at you and say, do this, Rahul. Go
My
down
deck
to
does it
DC
every
and
time.
kill it.
Good boys.
Play the compressor, you fool.
Yeah, it's
Play
like Ross said, like it's about extending, and like when you're playing Vespa, you need to know when to stop going in. Like there's turns where like you can play a supporter, but you don't need to. You just kind of sit there and you go, die, get
That's
out of
what
my game.
This is the same concept of why people decked out with Zoroark, Gallade, Yveltal, because they had no idea what they were doing with the
Yeah,
deck.
people go so far in resources.
They went ham, and then they got everything they needed, and they go, let's keep going. And the reason they don't do that with Toad Bats is because there's nothing else to keep going into. You already did your shit for the turn. Evolve. All right, he's poisoned. Cool. I got DCE. Punch. And then your game changes one more card. They took care of your Toad. New one. New DCE.
Yeah.
Crobat.
Like,
Punch.
It's just knowing when to stop, because Expanded's like a fast format where we're discarding so many cards and going through so much. You just have to know when to be aggressive and when to like sit back and just kind of look at your board and go, I have what I need in my hand. And like your opponent has to make that tough distinction of he's got like a 4-card hand and like he didn't play a single card the previous turn. Do I end him? Do I sit here? Like, because it was it looks can be very deceiving when it comes to the discard because it looks like they've used a lot, and in reality they probably have. But the deck is just one where it's like 50% of the deck is meant to draw cards, and the other 50% is meant to win you the game. So it's like after turn 2, there's very few dead cards in your deck.
Tell that to me when I'm quaking punching you, bastard. What's up?
Be revenge! Be revenge!
Alright. I think we killed Vesqueen Flareon. Let's
No,
see.
it'll never die!
No, I mean not killed it, but like I think we covered a bunch about it.
I'll play it forever!
Are any of your guests able to not swear in the interview? I am doubting that.
I did not say a single curse word during this goddamn interview.
I can, but I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? That's a work mode. Like I flip the script. That's like dab mode when you talk to the Poke parents because I have to. You know, dad, not dab. Stop being stupid, Rahul. And another thing, I'm glad Cam Newton lost. Take that, dumb bastard.
Alright.
So, yeah,
Okay.
no.
Let's see. It's kind of back to the Fairies question. Do you think Mega Gardevoir would be good in Standard with Max Punch and Reprint?
Sure, why not?
Potentially. I'm not gonna say no, but I'm not gonna say yeah.
No.
No,
Let's
it's
go.
bad. It's bad. No, it's bad. It's too
It
clunky.
doesn't do what I want. A lot of other decks can do what it does, but
Less.
better, but faster, and without pink. So there you go.
Yo, what the hell? Why you gotta hate on pink, boy?
No, because I just don't think the deck is too good.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, like, isn't Mega Mewtwo Fairies just like pretty much strictly better?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Every single way. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Raul Ready, where can I purchase this playmat?
I have not started marketing my playmat on my face yet. I thought it was just going to be a complete joke and people wouldn't want it, but if people actually want it, I can start selling that shit.
Don't worry. People say they buy the Team Fish Knuckles playmat. Don't believe everything you see.
The self-roaster squeaky. Like,
How many did you get? How many did you get?
Bro, we're not even gonna talk about that.
I'm not gonna order like them in bulk. I'll be like, yo, if you want one, like order it, and I'll just like either ship it to you or something. Like I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna order 50 playmats to my goddamn.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't order any playmats. First of all, so
All right, good.
yeah, I didn't
Like-
order any playmats. I was gonna pre-order them and then ship them out, but
Nah, see, mine are nice and done. It's all ready to go. So if it's like, yo, you want one? All right, come buy it. And then I see the money, you get your playmat.
all right. Let's see. The last question's gonna be: are there any strange decks to watch out for?
I'm not answering that question. Maybe I got some super juicy.
they got a secret deck, they
in
won't
the
reveal it.
woodwork. No. Tool drop. There you go.
Ooh, yeah, tool drop.
Because no one mentioned that.
I think like Trevenant various types of Trevenant could be interesting plays and kind of come out of nowhere. Either like Trevenant Estelgor or Trevenant other stuff.
Gengar.
Trevenant Gengar.
People
Right.
are gonna play a Selgor with Keldeo and all SAC in the format. Really? You're gonna bring a Selgor? I don't like it. And Archeops? Stop. Mm-mm.
I'm thinking
Never.
like I'm gonna stick with that Durant answer I gave earlier. Like Durant would be some interesting thing to play against. I think Manectric variants just because they're so risky this weekend. Like I don't doubt that we'll see a handful, but if I see a prominent, I don't think we'll see a prominent number. Is what I'm saying. Like I think it'll be strange if I sit down like round 6 or like round 7. And it's like round 6, 7, 8. I hit 3 Manectrics in a row. I'll be like, all right, this is weird. Whereas if I sit down and go round 1, 2, 3, you've also then like Toadbats. It's like, all right, I know what I'm like. This is exactly what I expected this tournament.
Yeah, it's really tough because this format's been fleshed out so much.
Yeah,
And it didn't change too much going into fall regionals, and it certainly didn't change much at all going into this regionals.
No, yeah, like the
Or
only
this
thing that happened
competition.
is like the early parts of cities, Toad did not see play purely because everyone was overhyping Jirachi to the point where it's like I think it got its deserved hype because it shut down Toad for a couple weeks, and then people just kind of forgot that Toad was a card, and people started cutting Jirachi from their decks or playing decks that were weaker and more vulnerable to Toad, bringing Toad back into the format, which I think is exactly what should have happened.
Oh, man.
Toad is the
Won
dominating.
2 cities with Toadbats, and everybody's like, "Damn, that card's still good."
Yeah, like the first weekend of cities when we only had 2 weekends of expanded cities. The first weekend, everyone was playing like Tyrantrum and like Yveltal. I'm sitting there going, where the hell are the Toads? Like, where is it? What is this Mega Ray garbage and like stuff floating around? Like, where? I saw like 2 Toads total in the entire tournament, and then people realized because everyone was playing Jirachi in their decks at that point. We fast forward like 3 or 4 weeks. People are cutting Jirachis. People are playing things like Night March or like things that are easily punished by Toad. Just pure and simply, like Toad is still a good card. Like it's Quaking Punch is just really strong still.
Jirachi does negative damage to Toadbats. Like, you owe them a prize for playing Jirachi against Toadbats.
Jirachi just does not win you Toadbats. So like Jirachi's only good. Like you lose with Jirachi, and if your only answer to Toadbats is Jirachi. You lose.
Toadtina and Vespi Queen are good times to play Jirachi. Same thing with Night March. Opponents that play Tyrantrum because, Dino Boys. Jirachi going on them too. I don't know. I think Jirachi's overall safe play to play at least one of. Just a little
Anything?
Wishmaker. No.
Is there any
no.
deck you wouldn't play it in?
Toadbats. I wouldn't put one in Yveltal. I wouldn't put one in Toadbats.
I wouldn't play in Toadbats.
What? You hear him? Lost sound.
Yo.
Everyone died.
Raul died.
Yo, I'm still here.
I can hear you guys now. I can't
I can
see
hear
you
him
though.
too. Yeah.
All right.
Are we almost done? Or we got close?
I think we're pretty much done.
Well, yeah, we gotta just
I
do
don't
a
know.
close out, but I can't see anybody's screens now. All right, there's Raul.
Just toggle your video again.
Yo.
Click video, Mike.
Oh, there you go. My bad.
Yeah, we
Yeah, you good? All right, I don't know where we're at exactly. Raul asks,
Which-
is there any deck, or somebody asks if you're not gonna play, is there anything you're not play Jirachi in?
Like I said, yeah, like Yveltal and Toadbats, just because like I don't think you need it in Toadbats. Like the Denny is just far superior in Toadbats. And then when it comes to Yveltal, it's like everything is just like everything in Yveltal is just actually ridiculously strong by itself. That there's no real. You're not really doing anything with Jirachi. Like no, you're slowing them down for one turn. You're not really affected that hard by time, like item walk. You're not really affected by 30 measly damage hitting you in a base. You got like two fully powered Yveltals swinging back for 80 every turn, or like a one shot for like the following turn.
You also don't need it in Flareon Vespiquen, but it really helps.
You don't.
Yeah, you don't 100% need it. You have Blacksmith, but I think it's worth it. It's pretty
I like I said, over 4 tournaments, I rarely used Jirachi even in matches that it was supposed to help, but it was nice to have as a safety net, as a blanket. Like I broke some focus sashes with that guy.
But it's another card that'll lose you the matchup against Sableye Garbodor. So if
Right.
if you expect a lot of Sableye Garbodor, don't play it.
Which you shouldn't.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Well, that's all the questions I have. Do you want to add anything else before we head out?
See you guys in Virginia tomorrow. I'll be getting in late. I'm staying at the Best Western. Where are you guys staying?
I don't fucking know, man.
I'm staying at I think the one right next to 7-Eleven. Right next to it, to the right of it.
That's like not too far. So you're like
I'm not staying at the Best Western.
you're like a Crown. Or
I have
something.
better judgment than that, you know.
I stayed at the one
mistake.
at 7-Eleven a couple years ago. Like it's like a Days Inn or something.
That's fine.
Yeah, I
Everything's
think that's
better.
where I stayed that
That
year.
that particular Best Western was awful.
No, like we
Yeah.
booked and they were just like, "Yo, you have to call." I thought it was 24 hours for any hotel almost, and they were like, "Yeah, you need it's 48." And we're like, "Well, it's like we've got 46 hours. Can you like make an exception?" They're like, "No." We're like, "Oh, guess not." Because we're gonna stay at like a hotel about like near VCU, like 15 minutes away, and just rent a car because it would be cheaper for us. Because we really don't have any mode of transportation.
Hmm.
We're just 4 Florida boys that don't have a car.
We're Florida boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm staying. Spencer booked. I'm staying with Spencer, and he just booked the hotel, so I'm just gonna show up.
Sweet. Bring your Zerosic. Bring your Jirachi. Bring any kind of hate that you have against Toadbats. You're gonna see a lot of it. You're also gonna see a lot of Yveltal. As much as everyone respects Vespiquen, they're not gonna play it.
People are scared. People are
A
very
lot of people are scared of playing Vespiquen either because they're testing their Toadbats matchup and they're like losing, or they're not piloting the deck properly, and overall they don't feel comfortable with the early turns compressors that they need to do once they've already dumped their Mr. Mime, Egg, or whatever X card that's just like so obvious you need to discard it.
It's like it's a deck that it's tiring on the. It's so much more tiring than playing Toadbats all day or
Yeah.
Yveltal.
Or you'll have someone who ride or dies Vespiquen and needs to like bring in their opinion on every single time you bring it up. That's like Rahul.
Yeah, I think we
or
I think we like buried Vesqueen Flareon. I think I like read a whole book
Yeah.
about it during this episode.
So relax. I will read a book about it.
Yo, here's a question for you guys. Something that I think about a lot. In 9 rounds, what do you expect? Like, what decks do you expect to play against? What 9 decks? Or could you give me like your an
I think
estimate?
I think about this all the time. It was be 4 Yveltal decks, 3 Toadbat decks. The Yveltal decks will be during round 1, 3, or 4. The Toadbat decks are going to be in round 7, 8, and 5. The Vespiquen and other random decks are going to be round 2 or round 1. And then the final round is going to be a consistent deck that I will either ID with, or me and him are hating each other's lives because we want to knock each other out going into day 2. And that will more than likely be those like hot decks that if you run hot or you get there with a lot of coin flips, Sableye Garb or Totina. So I expect Sableye Garb, Totina around once each, Yveltal 4, Toadbats 3 to 4, Vespiquen once, and then some kind of rogue variants added in just in place of those.
You think-
the reason
you
is
think- You think you're gonna play against 4 Eviltal and 4 Toadbats?
Nice, dude.
Three to four, yes.
That's so many.
Yes, but I scale it more towards 3, but it just depends on how the luck of the run is going to go. I think most Yveltal players I'm going to see during the early rounds because the
I
deck
agree.
is somewhat tough to pilot, and then they're going to start to fall out because it's something everyone else already expected. So if they're not one of those top tier players, a Frank Diaz, a Israel Sosa, there's a whole bunch of other Yveltal players. I don't feel like naming them. And they're like, if they're not one of those who can go the distance with this stuff, like I think at Fort Wayne, Frank was sitting next to me at the X2 table on day 1, and then he made it into the deep cut of day 2 by just slaughtering. And then him and Dylan played on a winning in very final last round, and he bopped Dylan because Dylan had an awkward start, and Frank just knows how to play the deck mercilessly. So, yeah. That's what I expect. I expect a lot of Yveltal, a lot of Toadbats. It's 1 or 2 Totinas, but only near the end of the tournament because they're flipping hot. Unless I'm talking about like, am I losing one? Because this is gonna get factored in too. I feel like if I lose round 1, all these numbers are gonna get thrown out the window, and I'm gonna play against a lot of bad Toadbat players.
Okay.
So that's another option.
Rahul,
Besides round 2, you're gonna play against a person that has a structure deck or a starter deck or whatever it is you guys call it.
For me, it's like to factor in like the last 2 or 3 regionals I played in. I might be the weirdest circumstance that's ever arisen. I like at Houston in my 9 rounds I played against 9 completely different decks, not like 9 variants, but 9 completely different decks. I don't
There's
expect
9 decks that are viable for expanded.
No, I was like, I sat there. I was like, it was just some weird stuff like that. That guy, I played against that guy Rodolfo who played the Vileplume Regice thing. I was like, what? God damn my life. And like, it's like I agree with Russ at the same time. It's like in rounds 1, 2, 3, I don't know what I'm gonna hit. I honestly have zero idea. I'm not gonna go in with a preconceived notion. I always find rounds 1 through 3 the hardest for me personally as a player, because it's more like my warm up rounds as well as like. I'm going to run into things that are so out of the park that it could be so stupid that it's specifically tech to counter me. And, like, I can hit that thing. Like, I can hit it, I can lose. It's a very real possibility. I hate rounds 1 through 3 for that very reason. If I can go through round 3 with a 1 loss minimum, I will hit rounds 4 through 6, I'll see Toadbats, Yveltal, or Blast.
Manectric and stupid people.
Manectric, yeah, I'll hit, like,
I forgot Blastoise is a deck. Yeah.
I'll hit the big decks within rounds 4 to 6, and then depending on if I lose another one, it's like I'm assuming I'm going X2 with like X2 1 round, the last round. I'll start seeing some of the slower decks that lost purely based on time. I'll see some like janky things like Groudon, like some stuff you don't expect to pop up, but they're X2 for a reason. And they're just drawing hot. Like decks that shouldn't be at X2, but you'll see them at X2. Like the occasional Nightmark Archeops or like your Groudon. But overall, it's like I expect the big 4 decks. I expect to run into them at least 5 of my 9 matches. Like I at least to play against the Yveltal Toadbats, Mirror Match, Vespiquen, or Blastoise, 5 to 6 of my 9 games of the day. I don't know in what order or how many of each, but I expect to see them.
Right. That's kind of, I think, what I think. I would say probably like, I think 5 of my rounds will be Eviltal or Toad variants, and then like 2 rounds will be Blastoise or Vespiquen, and then the last 2 are kind of, could be just random stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I've been thinking about the tournament.
But with a deck that you have confidence in, like if you were to play Yveltal or like Toadbats or Vespiquen, like one of the big 3 that all 3 of us can probably pilot to a very proficient and like intelligent level. Yeah. Once you start out 3-0, 4-0, I feel like the day 2 is already guaranteed for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you've dodged the BS. Anything coming up, you're losing to a good player or a semi-decent player, and you're more than likely only taking the L due to like maybe a bad hand, a bad start. Maybe they outplayed you in some awkward situation where you had a 50-50 going into their turn. Of maybe they have a Lysander, maybe they don't have the BS Seeker kind of crap.
No, it's momentum as well as like once you dodge all the gimmicky crap, you're kind of in the clear. Like for me, I have a very poor track record between round 1 and 3, so it's like if I can go 3-0, I usually feel very confident going into the rest of the tournament. But if I start like 2-1, it's a very shaky deck for me because you're still gonna hit the gimmicky stuff at X1. You're still gonna hit the gimmicky stuff at X2 early in the game. It depends on when you take the L, your first L. It all comes down to that. Like you lose round 1, you're gonna hit weird stuff until like round 4 or 5. You take the loss like round 3. All right, you're gonna see less weird stuff, more standard things. It just comes down to when you lose, frankly speaking. Like if you consistently win until maybe round 5, 6, and that's when you take your first loss, you're going to see the standard big decks. Because at the bottom of top 32, we'll have some weird stuff coming in. It'll have like, I don't know, like something random like Sceptile Bats or like Groudon or like Mega Electric Wob. Like it'll be some weird stuff that sneaks in. Obviously will. And it'll cause uproar. Like people will ignore the fact that like 12 Yveltals and like 18 Toad Bats made it in a day 2, and like they'll be like, oh, that one Sceptile player made it. Everyone's gonna be like, all right, let's ignore the facts here. It's just we're gonna see what we expect to see, and like I think there's no point in like a lot of players are gonna try to get cute with this weekend, but I think that the key to this weekend is confidence in the deck that you think you're going to do best with.
I want to play Flygon. This sucks. So much
Russell thinks he's the best with Flygon. I believe in Russell, so if he shows up with Flygon, I'll be scared.
Sucks so bad. There's so much to account for. Give me like 5 decks, and then I'll go like 1 or 2 people that are playing the weird variant stuff, and then we'll go in. But tough times. Tough times in Expanded 2016.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Unless anybody else has any other questions they want to ask anybody else.
Please follow someone's PC. We do bi-monthly updates, videos.
Once a year update.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Bi-yearly. Oh no, but when that video comes out, it's fire. It's fire though.
Well, when you get your paycheck, sometimes check to see if there's a video. There might be one.
Stupid.
All right, guys. Well,
Yeah. Don't. Oh, I guess I say don't be afraid to say what's up to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I know starting streams and starting all this, Squeaky can definitely attest to it. Is people want to come up, take pictures, say hi, get our autographs and all that stuff. We're all really cool people, and we're not
I hope
mean.
I'm cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
pretty
if
solid.
you're like a senior or junior and your parents are letting you watch this as we cuss, cool, you got cool parents. And they probably understand that you're smart enough to know when to say these words and when not to. So
I'll give it so
don't
much
be afraid
stuff.
to don't be afraid to poke us. Say, hey, like, are you so and so? Are you a whole already? I saw you on a mat. It looked bad. Or like some of that. Yeah.
I saw your face once. Yeah, thanks, dude.
Oh, and also, I know some people are going to ask in the comments if I'm going to Virginia Regionals. I am not going to Virginia Regionals. It's like almost 15, 20 hours, like a drive. I'm not visiting a drive.
East Kenya, bro.
Yeah, I'm not driving that far for regionals. Like, maybe if I was close to, like, top 16, some crap like that, or whatever. We don't even know top 16s, whatever. Like, gets
Yeah,
to
Squeaky's
national
got his
shit.
invite, dude.
Yeah, I got my invites. I'm not even trying that hard anymore, so just kind of chilling.
Is that with World Points or are you just killing it?
Oh, with world points.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I'm not trying to say you're not killing it right now. But
Yeah,
I'm just trying
Still
to
better than me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, getting the 3 city wins is great, so.
Oh yeah, that was dirty.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Feels good in your soul.
Just
City
thank
wins
God
is good.
Hippowdon existed at Worlds. That's all I gotta say.
So how'd you do at Worlds? I did horrible. I did amazing day 1, and then I want to play Flygon. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day 2, I whiffed top. I'll tell you in a second. Don't worry about it. Thanks for guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like they said, go see them at Virginia Regionals. Say hi to them if you want to. But thanks for watching, guys. If you're still sticking around, I think it's been like 2.5 hours, something like that. So
Yeah, we set some records.
yeah,
This one's
bro.
This one's 153, and then we had that dropout. So
Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a long one. We'll see what happens. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Good luck to everybody at regionals. Alrighty, bye.
Peace out.